Hi guys, and welcome back to my channel. My name is Max and I'm a Russian guy who lives in China for 5 years already. And today I want to talk about if it's possible to live in China without speaking the Chinese language. Is it hard or is it easy? And actually it's hard and easy at the same time. And how is it possible? Well, let me explain. Alright guys, this is my studio today. Probably I need to make a small YouTube studio at home, but at the moment I just need to go to different coffee shops and find a suitable place to sit and record videos. So talking about like living in China without speaking Chinese, there are easy things and hard things related to it. So first let me talk about what is easy to do in China without speaking Chinese. And first, let me start with ordering food and ordering coffee. Alright, so now I want to order coffee and we want to know, is it easy to order coffee without speaking Chinese? And actually it is very easy. So you can find this coffee shop, it's called the Luckin Coffee. Yeah, and so they have their own app. And you can enter this app through WeChat, for example. On WeChat you just do this and you click the icon of Luckin Coffee. So it takes you to the menu and you can choose the shop, you can order coffee, and then you can just pick it up by showing the QR code, scanning the QR code, and yeah, you're free to go. Nobody's gonna ask you anything, you will not talk with anyone, you just take your coffee and go. But as you could see, the app is in Chinese. So there is one way to deal with it. You can open this app through Alipay, and Alipay has inbuilt translation function. So you can basically translate everything that you open through Alipay. And yeah, that's very useful. So this way you can open the same app, translate it in English, and order your favorite coffee. Yeah, that's easy. So unfortunately WeChat doesn't have such kind of function, but I think actually they're gonna make one up, because there are more and more foreigners now coming to China, and of course they want to make their life easier as well. Next thing is ordering food. There are several apps in China like Meituan. I think this one is the most popular food delivery app in China. So you can open this app and you can find almost every restaurant nearby in this app, and you can order food from almost every restaurant with the direct delivery to your apartment. So they have the whole army of these delivery couriers who are running around, and usually it takes from 10 minutes to half an hour to get your food to your apartment. It depends on the length, on the distance from your house to the restaurant. And of course, once again, many of you may say, Max, Meituan is completely in Chinese. How can we understand what are we ordering? And one more time, I must say, use Alipay. In Alipay, you can choose the small app called Elema. It's with big blue E on the screen. And it's basically the same as Meituan. So you click on this app and you use the built-in function, translating function, and it's gonna translate everything, the whole menu, everything that is given in the app into English. So you can basically choose the food and order it now in English. So once again, it is super convenient. After some time, many of you may find a lot of Chinese friends who want to talk with you, who want to hang out with you, and so on, so on. And if they don't speak English and you don't speak Chinese, there is still a way for you to communicate, because you can use WeChat to add their account and you can text each other directly, and the WeChat has inbuilt translation of the messages. So basically you can message each other in your native language, but then click on other person's messages and translate them in your language. So it is super convenient, and the translator, it's not perfect, but it's pretty good. You can totally understand what other person is talking about. Another cool thing that you can do without speaking Chinese is actually consuming content, because China has its own social media apps, and very often they have English interface. So you can choose like my profile, news or something in English, but the content of course will be in Chinese. So what can we do? Actually, not all the content is in Chinese. You can still find many groups or many accounts inside of these apps that post a lot of content in English language. For example, Weibo, Xiaohongshu, and Bilibili. These are, I think, 3 biggest social media apps in China, where Weibo is like Twitter, Xiaohongshu is like Instagram, and Bilibili is like YouTube. And you can actually find a lot of content in English language out there, because you know YouTube is not available in China. So you can basically go to Bilibili and find that there are many accounts that kind of duplicate videos from YouTube, and they duplicate them still in English language but with Chinese subtitles. So you can still find a lot of cool content in Chinese social media apps. And also, if you love going to cinema, I still have some good news for you. You can go to a local cinema theater, movie theater, and find a lot of Western movies, and most of the time they are not dubbed into Chinese language. So basically you can go and watch them in original English language, but they will be with Chinese subtitles. But these doesn't work with cartoons for kids. Usually cartoons for kids are completely dubbed, but regular movies, they are not. So you can go and watch it in English. I remember we went there and we watched King Kong, Avengers, like Alien, in English language, and it was absolutely fine and easy. And you can buy tickets in Alipay as well and use the built-in translation to buy these tickets. If we talk about transport, you can, if you like to travel by taxi, we don't have Uber here in China, but we have Didi. So right now I use this app called Didi to call the taxi. So this app is, there are 2 versions in Chinese language and in English language for foreigners. And actually you can put the address in Chinese and in English as well. So it's quite convenient. But if you put it in English, sometimes the translation may be not really the same. So sometimes it may be a little bit confusing, but in total it works. Yeah, that white car is our driver. Didi is a complete equivalent of Uber in China. It's the most popular app when we talk about taxi in China. And it has English interface, and it has English names of different places. So basically you can install it on your phone, you can call the taxi, and you see even the chat with the driver, it is bilingual. So it shows you what the driver tells you in Chinese with the direct translation below, and you can choose the answers. If your app is in English, your answers will be in English, but the driver will receive them in Chinese. So it is also super convenient and comfortable. If the driver asks you something, you can just text him the message, and then he receives it. He sees like, oh, this person doesn't speak Chinese, so he will text you back in Chinese, but you will receive the reply in English. So, amazing. So now let's talk about more complicated things related to language. If you don't speak Chinese in China, these things may be a little bit complicated for you. So first of all, phone calls. Sometimes when the delivery cannot find your apartment, they will try to call you and find out where do you live, like which floor or how to get to your building. So yeah, and in this way, of course, it is hard to talk with them, but you can just learn a couple of phrases. For example, 不好意思, 我是外国人，我不会说中文，请发给我短信. It's like, and the translation is, I'm sorry, I'm a foreigner, I don't speak Chinese, please send me the text message. And so in all these food delivery apps, they also have chat with a delivery guy, and yeah, he can text you, you can reply to him, and yeah, that's all very convenient. Another difficult thing is seeing a doctor. If you don't speak Chinese, the best option will be to find a Chinese friend who can go with you to visit a doctor. But if you don't want anyone to go with you, or you don't have Chinese friends at the moment, you can always find some hospitals with foreign doctors. And these hospitals are a little bit more expensive, but yeah, very, very often they have foreign doctors or doctors who can speak English. Also, you can find some groups with foreigners who live in the same city with you, and you can just directly ask them, I'm sorry, guys, can you recommend me a doctor who can speak English? And they will send you some contacts for sure. Usually, foreign communities are super friendly everywhere. Now, when we talk about medicine, it's a little bit hard to go to a pharmacy if you don't speak Chinese. You can always just translate the name of the medicine and show it to the personal, but just trying to find something, it's almost impossible because everything is in Chinese, and you can only recognize what kind of a medicine it is if you open the instruction and look into the ingredients of this medicine. And very often, if it's a Western medicine, it will show you the ingredients given in Latin language. So you understand, okay, this is like paracetamol, or this is omeprazole, or something. One more thing that is a little bit complicated. If you like to eat out and you would love to explore more local food and go to different real restaurants, Chinese restaurants, this may be hard because not in every restaurant they have menus with pictures. In many restaurants they have menus where everything is just written, only the text. So you can still use the translating app, so you can take a photo and translate everything. It may be a little bit weird, but probably you will understand what this dish is. But yeah, you still need to learn some specific phrases. For example, bulada. It means like not spicy, please, not spicy. So you always need to repeat it again and again in Chinese restaurants, because for many people the default setting for all the food is spicy, and sometimes very spicy. So if you are not a spicy food lover, you should definitely say it every time you go to a new restaurant. And anyway, if you are at the restaurant and you are hungry and you just want to order something, don't be afraid just to point at something that looks the most tempting and say "juga" or "this." They will understand you. And just be ready to explore. That's the part of the adventure, right? And even if the food is like not the one that you expect, you can try something else next time. And yeah, that's the part of the process of exploration, other culture, and something new. Yeah. All right, so we've left the coffee shop, and now let me summarize. So, can you live in China without speaking Chinese? Yes, of course you can live in China without speaking Chinese. But the most interesting things, the most interesting parts start when you start to communicate with people. So, is it obligatory to speak Chinese? No, but that's super beneficial. And technologies are very advanced here, so many things are developed to make your life easier. But where technologies can't help you, the simple human friendliness can help you. If you friendly ask for help, nobody will ever refuse to you, because if you come with friendly attitude, people will treat you the same with friendly attitude. So that's what I wanted to say. People here are super helpful, always ready to solve your problems and help you to get around. All right, guys, that's all I wanted to say. So please like, subscribe, and let me know what do you think about this video, and share with me your experiences about living in another country, and if it's really important to speak another language in this country. Thank you guys, and see you in the next video.